Hi everybody, I'm Mr. Peacock and today we're going to talk about adding and subtracting radicals. When adding or subtracting radical expressions, the type of radical and what's underneath it must be exactly the same. For instance, let's look at this one right here. 4 cube roots of x plus 2 square roots of x. If you look, even though they're both of x, one's a cube root and one's a square root, so nope, doesn't work. And the reason why? Different types of radicals. Let's try another. This one is both square roots, 4 square roots of x and 2 square roots of 3. Notice it says what's underneath must also be exactly the same, so sorry. But in this case, it's because the inside of the radical is different. So now let's look at this one. 2 square roots of x, 4 square roots of x plus 2 square roots of x. Notice they're both square roots of x, which means that's right, it works. In this case, the answer would have been 6 square roots of x. All right, so now we're going to add or subtract each radical expression. We're going to start with this one. It's pretty easy. 2 square roots of 7 plus 3 square roots of 7 is 5 square roots of 7. All right, let's try another one. 7 fourth roots of x plus 2 cube roots of x. Well, let's see. 7 minus 2 is 5. But wait a second. No, it doesn't work. Why? Because one is a fourth root and one is a cube root. You can't go any further than that. So now let's try this one. 14 cube roots of 2 plus 3 cube roots of 4. They're both cube roots, but one is of 2 and the other is of 4. So unfortunately, it just doesn't work. All right, so now let's try this one. 4 square roots of xy plus 5 square roots of xy. Wait, square roots of xy, those are the same. That means we can add them together. 4 plus 5 is 9. Yay! What joy. All right, let's try this. So now we're going to simplify its radical and then add or subtract. So our first step is simplifying the radical. So I'm going to start with 20. 20 is 5 times 4. And 5 times 4, well, the square root of 4 is 2. So 3 times 2 is 6 square roots of 5. There we go. Now let's talk about 45. 45 is 5 times 9. The square root of 9 is 3, meaning minus 3 square roots of 5. And 80, I'm just going to go with this 5 theme. That is 5 times, let's see, 16. And the square root of 16 is 4. I bring that out. 4 times 4 square roots of 5 becomes 16 square roots of 5. So let's see, 6 square roots of 5 minus 3 square roots of 5. That is 3 square roots of 5 plus 16. That's going to be 19 square roots of 5. Hooray! All right, let's try another one. Cube root of 16. Well, 16 is 2 times 8. And I actually know the cube root of 8. The cube root of 8 is, in fact, 2. 3 times 2 is 6. So now let's try 54. 54 is 2 times 27. And I actually know the cube root of 27. It is 3. So 3 times 4 is 12. So now we have 6 minus 12. Now 128. 128 is, well, I'm just going to go with the 2 theme. Hope it works. 2 times 64. And I actually know the cube root of 64 because that's going to just be 4, meaning plus 4 square cube roots of 2. So let's see. 6 minus 12 is negative 6 plus 4. That's going to be negative 2 cube roots of 2. All right, let's try this one. 50. All right, so 50 is 2 times 25. And I can square root 25 to become 5. So that becomes 5 square roots of 2. That's great. 72 is 2 times 36, and I know the square root of 36 is 6. 2 times 6 is 12 square roots of 2. And 12 is, well, 3 times 4, and I can square root 4. That becomes 2 square roots of 3. So in this case, we can't combine all 3. But we can combine the first two. 5 plus 12 is, well, 17 square roots of 2. And then just minus 2 square roots of 3, so I bring that just straight down. That's our answer. All right, let's try this one. So the cube root of 135. That's going to be, well, I know 5 goes into it because it ends in a 5. So let's see, 5 divided by that would be 27. 27, wait a second. I can cube root 27. That means it's 3 cube roots of 5. Now let's talk about 3. Let's talk about 48. 48 is, let's see, that's 2 times, wait a second. That's 8 and 6. And I say 8 and 6 because I know the cube root of 8 is 2, meaning 2 cube roots of 6. And since there's nothing we can do with that one, there we go. And that's your answer. All right, we'll be right back after this.
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. They got a million toys at Toys R Us that I can play with. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. They got the best for so much less. You really flip your lid. From bikes to trains to video games, it's the biggest toy store there is.
Gee whiz!
I don't want to grow up, 'cause baby, if I did, I couldn't be a Toys R Us kid. More games, more toys. Oh boy, I want to be a Toys R Us kid.
And we're back. All right, so let's use the distributive property to multiply the following binomial expressions. So here's our binomial expressions. 2 plus 4 square roots of 3 times 1 minus 5 square roots of 3. So we're going to use FOIL for this. So we're going to start with 2 times 1. That's the F, or first, and that's just 2. Then the O is for outside or outer. 2 times negative 5 square roots of 3. So 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. So minus 10 square roots of 3. Then I for inside or inner. 1 times 4 square roots of 3 is just plus 4 square roots of 3. And then let's get with our last part. So for our last part, what we're going to do is we're going to multiply 4 square roots of 3 times negative 5 square roots of 3. So that's 4 square roots of 3 times negative 5 square roots of 3. So the first thing we do is 4 times negative 5 is negative 20. But the square root of 3 times itself is 3. So that becomes minus 60. So 2 minus 60, negative 58. Negative 10 square roots of 3 plus 4 square roots of 3 minus 6 square roots of 3. Now let's look at this one. Now you might be noticing right here that these are almost the same equation, but with a plus and a minus. And you might remember we've used this term before. These are called conjugates. That just means that they're basically the same equation, but where I subtract the second term in the second one. Or if the first term has it subtracted, I add. So we just go like normal though. 3 times 3, 9. Then outer, 3 times negative square root of 7 is minus 3 square roots of 7. 3 times square root of 7 is plus 3 square roots of 7. And then the square root of 7 times itself becomes minus 7. So 9 minus 7 is 2. And negative 3 square roots of 7 plus 3 square roots of 7, they cancel out, which means our final answer is just 2. And that's it for the lesson. Thank you all for listening. If you would please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good day.